When we think about being more productive, we often focus on routines and things you can do. But today I want to focus on something that you should not do. Have any ideas? Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. I post regularly on productivity, Evernote, leadership, and management issues. Please subscribe to the series of videos. You won't miss any of them. Also, I have a free newsletter that I'd like to send to you as well. Just register at daveedwardsmedia.com/contact. Okay, in order to bump up your productivity, one thing that you can do is to not overcommit. I'll tell you how to do this without acting like a jerk when someone asks you if you can add one more project to your list, but it's important not to overcommit. Why? Well, it drains your energy. If you're just juggling too many tasks, eventually you'll become mentally as well as physically exhausted. You might already feel busy all the time, and you're probably not making as much progress on what's really important. Another reason to not overcommit is because it will actually lower the quality of your work. If your plate is full and you're forced to rush through or multitask, well, you're not going to get the kind of results that you want. And overcommitting crowds out your important work. The more you say yes, the less space you have for deep focused work and strategic thinking. So here's how to do it. First of all, periodically assess your workload. Take a little time every week, for example, to take a look at what's on your plate, what's really important. Are the deadlines you already have realistic? And is there space to add more to your plate? Have a little conversation with yourself then as well. Overcommitment is not just about time, it's really about energy, as I said. So, what you want to ask yourself is, am I feeling aligned with what's important or already overwhelmed? And by the way, you don't need to be great at everything. Instead of saying yes to every opportunity, concentrate on excelling in one or two specific areas that will match your goals and your strengths. That's called micro mastery. Lets you build real expertise in making a bigger impact in your organization without spreading yourself too thin. So you know what you got on your plate, you know what's important. Somebody comes to you and says, hey, I need help with this project. Could you help me with this? Well, there are some polite ways that you can use to delay a decision if you don't want to make that decision right now. You could say to the person, well, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Or, hey, that sounds really important. Can I take a look at what I have on my plate first? But what if you come to a situation where you know you can't take on an additional task, or the task that you're being asked to take on would simply take too much time, but you want to say no without burning a bridge? Well, there are some very good ways of doing that too. You could say something like, hey, I'd love to help, but I'm really at capacity right now with my existing priorities. Or, hey, right now I need to stay focused on whatever you're working on, so I'm not going to be able to give you the time that your project deserves. You can also offer an alternative with something like, I can't take this on right now, but Mary might be a good fit. Or, do we have to work on this right now? Could a later deadline work? Because I'd probably be happy to help you next week. So that's easy if a peer says something to you, but what if your manager says something to you about adding more work where you know you're already slammed? Here's what I always advise, and by the way, I've used this myself. I would say something like, hey, I'm really happy to help, but I got to make room, so which of my tasks should I pause or delay? That gives them the opportunity to kind of weigh in on your current priorities. Or say something like, look, I want to stay aligned on the priorities you've given me. So should I shift my focus from task A to this new project? Or you could say to your boss, hey, that looks really important. Do you want to reassign something from my plate so that I could take that on? You want to be friendly, no matter whom you're talking to about this, but you got to stay firm on it. Hey, that's a cool idea. I'm maxed out right now, though. Or, I appreciate you thinking of me. I wish I could, but my schedule's full. I don't want to overpromise. I'm pretty stretched out this week. Now, let's be honest. The person you're talking to really wants to hand off a project to you. And if you kind of put up a roadblock, they're not going to be thrilled. We know that. But what you have to remember is that saying yes to one thing means that you're saying no to something else. Every commitment uses up your time, your energy, and your attention. So, what's important to you? That's what you want to stay focused on. I'm Dave Edwards.